It's week 4 of the NFL, and we'll see Asante Samuel Jr., who's had quarterbacks numbers all season, coming down with 7 picks. It's the Commanders and the Bears, next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Chicago Bears and the Washington Commanders. Brandon Gaudin joined as always by Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Bears in this one. They think they can run the football in this one, but there's a group on the other sideline that thinks otherwise.
Yeah, it's always intriguing when you pit an offense against a defense. It seems like they can cancel each other out. We've got a top 5 rushing offense against a top 5 defense. So a lot of times it comes down to execution and maybe a little bit of that, what coaches call want to.
It's 3-0 versus 2-1, a good early season battle as we're underway in week 4. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that 1 interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
Now Fields going to throw on the first play. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big pickup of 38. Some early fireworks on the first play from scrimmage.
The last fireworks I saw, July 4th, okay? Here they are celebrating the start of this game the exact same way. Explosive right out of the gate.
Meanwhile, the ball is knocked out. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. We know turnover margin always key, going to be really key in this one. And to force an opening drive turnover, that's huge.
It is, and you know something? There's one coach on every team that weighs in at the worst possible time, right? And this is bad. He just fumbled the football. Can't you just hear him right now? Son, you messed it up for everyone on that one. Messed up our offense, and now you put our defense in a bad spot.
First and 10 here for Hal and the Commanders at their own 27. Now a first carry here for Robinson. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38. The play fake, and now here's how to throw it. And the man open here is Strong. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That goes for a gain of 31.
You ask tight ends about their favorite routes to run, and surprisingly, this will pop up as one of their staples because they run so many routes in the middle of the field. How about this one? Starts downfield, bends it to the corner, great touch on the football, and they turn that one into a big play.
And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Commanders use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. But Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. To throw is Fields. Samuel on the slant. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the 1st. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Now it's Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 34-yard line. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields out to his left. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Guys, ready to get it on right now? Let's go, y'all. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Here's Fields. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll get this to the 22. So they began the play at the 11, and it's a gain of 11. 1st down. They'll run with a big back, A.J. Dillon. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2 as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. Fields going to hold on to it. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown.
Justin Fields
taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Bears are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And we are tied at 7. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And it was all capped off by the Justin Fields touchdown run. He took it in himself and able to get this out to the 25. The Commanders going to retake the field for drive number 2. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Faking the handoff, Howell.
This to McLaurin out on the left side. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Throwing here, Howell. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 39. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Another throw for Howell. Out route looking for McLaurin. He's got him. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. Robinson, he'll try the left side.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher, 3rd and 6.
They'll go play action. Howell.
Throws right side, and that's complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
Howell.
Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And this is picked up by the Bears. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I don't know about you, but I'm going to go to the positive side this time. Yeah, there was a fumble at the end of this one, but what a sustained drive. And if they keep stringing those together, you got to like their chances.
And credit the defense, though. You're out there for that long, you start to get tired, but they were able to get... And, oh, that is going to be a safety.
Normally Normally we think about big swings and scores before a half. We think offense, but this time their defense made the play. Instant pressure off the snap, and they weren't going to let him find a way to escape.
After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick.
Back onto the field now, the Commanders' offense. Last time out, remember, they fumbled the football. That led to the touchdown. And, Charles, they were in the red zone, so that's a backbreaker. They got to try to pick up the pieces here on this drive.
Yeah, and I actually started to do the math here, so be patient with me. 12-point swing is the way I calculate it, because not only did they drop the ball in the red zone, they watched the opponent score a touchdown right after that. So their goal, have a drive here and try and get some of those points back.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Howell. Over the middle, it's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
It's a pickup of 12 and a Commander's first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
It's Howell with another throw.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Howell throwing on 3rd down here. Able to connect with Dotson. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On first down, Howell. Quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And that will keep this a 2-point game.
And now 2 problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which granted was a long one. But second, you set the other guys up with great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield and get a field goal attempt of their own.
Fields on first down.
Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Now a first down throw, Fields.
He rifles one that's intercepted.
Picked up by Kevin Farley. And the Commanders are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
So we've reached halftime here in our nation's capital with the Commanders on top.
As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, time for a trip around the league on this final weekend of September. We'll start over in Texas at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. And it's the Cowboys on top as they play the second quarter. 2 touchdown passes there for Dak Prescott. From there, we head to Hard Rock Stadium to check on the Dolphins at home in Miami. And you can see they trail in that matchup against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Najee Harris with a couple of touchdowns there. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And they were losers in that one to the visiting New York Giants.
Saquon Barkley, over 100 yards in the victory with 2 touchdown runs as well. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Bears. And I can imagine the halftime discussions are about how can we improve the running game. They have not had success so far, and it's reflected on the scoreboard. Meanwhile, for Washington, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play. Both teams currently making their final adjustments. We're getting ready for the second half. So we'll send it back up to FedEx Field and hand things back over to Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. So here is Washington now to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak and right now looking good in this one as well.
Get something down to make a play, baby.
First and 10 here for Hal and the Commanders at their own 27. He'll start with a give to Robinson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 40 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Off play action, it's Howell. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 32-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. Pushes him over. And some room to work. And he's down into the red zone at the 16 after a gain of 16. 1st and 10.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Back to Robinson now on 1st down. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
From the gun on 3rd down, Howell. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
And his kick is indeed good. And that will push the lead up to 12-7. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. They had 3 tight ends in on that set, and they were really good at blocking for their running back.
And give them a lot of credit because in football nowadays, tight ends coming out of college often don't block very often. These guys have really developed into superior blockers, and that's why they use them in this formation so often.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll try the left side with Dillon. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40.
That good for 19 and a first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
First down. Here's the run with Montgomery. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game. On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 21.
We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Bears football, but they trail on the scoreboard as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
49 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
He finds his way into the secondary again on this drive. They might want to try getting him down a little closer to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, what do they call that? 3rd level run. 1st level being the D-line, and linebacker 2nd level in the secondary, the 3rd. When you block it up well and you make the secondary do all the tackling, that will wear on a defense.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal. Going up the gut, Montgomery. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves.
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Curtis Samuel, a 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Bears have taken a 4th quarter lead. This has definitely been a back-and-forth affair, and now they have the lead here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, and they gave up the field goal on that last drive, as we remember, but it felt like their offense told them, don't worry about it. We've got your backs. We'll come back with a touchdown of our own, and they did.
And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. So that effort gives them a 3-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
Yeah, that's really good strategy because that's all you care about. Not getting beat at this stage, at least give your team a fighting chance.
And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Another drive coming up for this Washington offense. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
The drive will start with an option going left. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Now they go play action with Howell. And that throw behind his man. He missed him, incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out. Ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Howell, another throw on 2nd down. This pass hauled in by Dotson.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
Well, sometimes, Brandon, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big third down conversion.
On the counter, this is Robinson.
And some room to roam now. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Washington. So minutes after giving up the lead in the fourth quarter, they say not so fast. Big play, and they grab that lead right back.
Talk about a seesaw game. Up, down, up, down. Did you have a seesaw? Did you play that when you were a kid?
Oh, yeah. Out on the playground, absolutely.
You had to make sure that you matched weight, though, on the other side, though, right? Otherwise, you could be up in the air a long time.
By the way, we're not done in this one. I think we're set up for an exciting finish. Extra point right down the middle, and that will make this a 4-point game. The drive summary that time, 5 plays.
And it was capped off by the touchdown run from Brian Robinson. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter. On 1st and 10, here's Fields.
Wide open receiver, complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
34 yards to gain that time, another first down. Fields now to throw. And the comeback may stall out. It's intercepted. Picked off by...
Oh, no, he lost the football.
And the Bears are going to take possession of the football.
Well, do you want to unpack that one, or do you want me to?
You're the boss.
We get the interception, then really he's just too loose with the football on the return, and he coughs it right back up the other way.
I've seen this happen in an NFL game, and boy, did it cost someone. San Francisco at Atlanta a few seasons ago. Atlanta throws the interception. San Francisco runs it back. Game is salted away. Fumbles on the return. Atlanta gets it back, drives down, kicks the game-winning field goal.
How about that? And a crazy situation we just saw there.
Somebody thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
On 2nd and 10, Fields, and it's incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And almost, but not quite. Needed 10. He got 9. 4th down. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down.
And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs.
So the failure to convert, no doubt, really hurts. But this one's not over. A good chunk of time on the clock and the timeouts.
Yeah, not only do they have the timeouts, as you just noted, they're going to get an extra one with the 2-minute warning. And that's going to help in big ways. So in a sense, they have 4 timeouts in their pocket. The big thing, stopping them on defense now. They can't let them get a first down and make them use their timeouts and get a fresh set of downs. They've got to stop them right here. And if so, they've still got an opportunity.
fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Robinson with another carry. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. An ideal down and distance to try to finish this thing off. 2nd and inches. Second down and a run by Robinson. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. Complete. It's Dodson. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Robinson up the middle. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. 5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers run a quick slant or something like that.
13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving. One final kneel down here, and that should just about do it. And the clock will roll down to zeros. 4 weeks in, 4-0. I don't think anybody needs to alert the 72 Dolphins just yet, but great start to the season.
Great start. How about taking a knee at the end, and there's no better feeling for a team than to do that, to close out a victory. But you're right, at 4-0, they're sending a message to the rest of the league. They're going to be tough to deal with.
We all just got a heck of a show, partner. This was a close game for a long time. Close at half, close down the stretch. Home team finds a way to get it done, a narrow victory.
Yeah, they finished with a flourish, didn't they? Because there were times where each side looked like they were the better team out there. And the outcome's in doubt for much of this game. Every snap seemingly more important than the previous one. Great effort from the guys visiting. But in the end, how about those guys in their home stadium finding a way to win?
So for the Commanders, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for the Bears, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll be back